Hey y'all, it's Olichia. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be building a horse ranch on this lot called Biscuits Bastion, which came with the world from Horse Ranch. So this house is going to be 3 beds, 3 baths, and it's also going to come with a stable where you can have up to 3 horses. I started making this build a few months ago, right when I bought the Horse Ranch pack, so I just wanted to try out all the items in the pack, see if I could make something that fits into the world, and I had a lot of fun. Lately I've been taking my builds more slowly, in that I used to build my builds like start to finish in 1 or 2 sittings and record the whole thing, but now I just build whenever I want to and record after the fact. Like the build is all built and then I'll go back in to a different world and rebuild it and film it, which is like in some ways more annoying, but in other ways it's really nice because in the initial process of like when I'm first building the build, it is so much more relaxing to not like worry if I'm like being too indecisive or if the video is going to be too like, you know, indecisive or whatever. It's a lot more fun this way, so I've really been enjoying myself. I also don't have to worry too much if I'm like jumping around from like one room to another, because it's just me, you know, I'm not recording yet. Anyway, highly recommend. Anyway, as you have probably noticed, I've been working on the house. The shape is really simple. It's mostly just a big rectangle with a bump out on the right side, but it also has a bump out in the front and back just to add a little bit of extra shape. And then it's got these 2 really big porches, one in the front, one in the back. I didn't really add anything to the porches. Like I know some people like to add seating or like a chess table or maybe an easel, something like that to their porches, but I just wasn't feeling it. All the wallpaper that I've used, both on the house and the stable that we're starting right now, all of that wallpaper is Horse Ranch wallpaper. Some of it is pretty versatile. Like what I'm using here on the stable isn't, you know, it's good for a couple things, but the white wallpaper that I used on the house, that's going to be useful for like almost anything. Like, okay, I don't really know what I'm saying. Like, you could use it in like a suburban setting too, whereas the other wallpaper maybe is better for like a horse ranch, which is why I'm using it now for this horse ranch. Anyway, there's a stable for the horses. I've also added some activities for the horses. I don't know what it's called, but there's like that little jump that you can train on where the horses just like jump over it. And there's also the barrels that your horses can like run around. And it is functional. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, but it is functional. I play tested it. And just adding a bit of landscaping as well. And I keep the landscaping pretty minimal. There's like 1 big tree and then some grass and some flowers. Pretty simple. Anyway, here we are working on the stable. We have 3 horse beds, so you can have 3 horses. I also added everything they need, like the water trough, the hay thing, where they can eat hay. I don't know what it's called. And this ball where they can play. I also added some like ribbons by one of the horse beds, just like for some storytelling. Maybe that horse is just like a competition horse and does really well at the competitions. I don't know. But anyway, now we are going to work on the house a little bit. The floor plan came together quite easily. It's just like a bunch of rectangles, really. Sometimes I really struggle with floor plans, but this time it was just easy. Maybe it's because the house is just a giant box. I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the gameplay of Horse Ranch for a second. I haven't done a ton of it. Like, honestly, I'm more of a builder than a gameplay person, but I wanted to try it. And so I had like 1 sim, move into the starter home, save up enough for a horse, try and do some competitions. And I would say it's really fun, actually. Like, you definitely need to include other like storyline type things in your gameplay, because if it's just you and your horse going to competitions all the time, it gets boring, or at least it did for me. But if you add in like maybe like a love interest and some other hobbies, and like maybe even give them a different career as well, like maybe a part-time thing, it's really fun and I had a good time. I thought I would have more to say about the gameplay, but that's really all I can think of. It has been a minute, so maybe I've forgotten some stuff, but yeah, my review of the gameplay is that it's fun, but not as fun as building, which is, you know, what I'm always doing. Speaking of which, we've almost finished furnishing the living area. I added a globe there in the corner. I think it might be a globe bar. Correct me if I'm wrong. If it's a globe bar, there's no way it's functional because it's just like tucked away in the corner there. Your Sims probably can't access it, but that's probably the first time I've ever used that item. Also, the fireplace, I chose one from, I think that's from Cats and Dogs. I hope I'm not getting that wrong. But I do use the Horse Ranch fireplace upstairs. So I really wanted to use it, but I didn't think it fit this space in particular. So we use it later. Also, I add a little dining table with 4 chairs, which is perfect because I imagined like 3 or 4 Sims would live here. I added the cute little flowers on top of it from the Horse Ranch, the like blue and yellow ones. I thought that was so cute. And here we are furnishing our first bedroom. This one is really fun. This might be my favorite bedroom, or the primary bedroom might be my favorite bedroom. I don't really know. But this one's kind of like pink, blue, and white, at least partially inspired by this painting that came with Horse Ranch. It's so cute. I think it's a horse and like a little sheep or something. But that definitely informed the color scheme. Also getting a pink bathrobe, a little bit of macrame on the walls. I also add, in a second here, I add a yoga mat. So I thought that could be their main hobby. It's funny because I add a yoga mat, like an actual functional yoga mat on the floor, and then I add that yoga mat from the clutter kit that's just like rolled up. So it's a little bit like, why does she need 2 yoga mats, one rolled out and one rolled up? Like, why? But I did it anyway. I just thought it would be just cute or something. Anyway, I should probably address, it has been a long time since I posted on this channel. I think I say that every time I post a video lately because I just leave so much time in between my videos and I don't upload regularly. But I was thinking the other day, I had this realization, if I spent half as much time as I spend scrolling, brain rotting on TikTok, and I took that time and used it building in The Sims, I think I could get my channel really up and running again, which I would enjoy. Do you guys scroll on TikTok too much? I wish I wasn't a TikTok person, but unfortunately I am. I don't know. It's bad. But it's not even just the TikTok thing. Like it is, the TikTok is a big part of it, but it's also just that I've been trying to learn music lately. I've been trying to learn guitar. I've been trying to learn singing, which I took singing lessons in high school like a long time ago, so I sort of know what I'm doing. I'm just really, really out of practice. On top of that, I've also been trying to learn production. If any of you do production, I'm trying to learn GarageBand, and I'm also trying to learn Cakewalk next, which I find much more difficult than GarageBand, but whatever, I'm trying to learn it. And I would love one day to be able to make my own music. I really enjoy writing lyrics, so I am like always writing lyrics all the time. They're not very good, but it has to be bad before it can be good, right? Like you have to practice and slowly build up the skill. So I'm okay with my music being really bad right now, especially the guitar playing. I find that so difficult. But yeah, that's another reason why I haven't been doing The Sims so much, is because like I've gotten really into practicing music and really wanting to hone that skill, but oh my god, is it hard. Please, if you make music or if you like have learned an instrument or anything like that, comment below telling me that one day I'll get there. Just kidding. Comment below. Tell me what you play. If you sing, if you produce. I'd be interested to know. But yeah. One day. I'll get there one day. Anyway, that was the kitchen. I tried to add in pops of blues and greens. And I was also so excited to use the new kitchen set that came with Horse Ranch. I think it's really nice. I think it'll go well in like cottages and things like that, which I really enjoy building. So stay tuned for that. We also did the like back entryway which I just filled with random stuff like pictures and plants and stuff. It's not really that functional of a space, but if you wanted, you could add laundry. If you enjoy playing with laundry, that might be a good place for it. Anyway, off of that room is the office, which is what we are working on now. I really love a small office. Something about it is really cozy, and I find when I make my offices too big, I don't know what the heck to put in them. You know, I'm like, after a while, I'm like, I have all this empty space. I already have a desk. I already have a computer. I have a bookshelf, couple paintings. What else could I possibly put in this office? Anyway, here is the main floor bathroom. It is a full bath. It has a shower because there's a bedroom on the main floor. I thought it was important for them to have a place to shower, get their hygiene need all good and good. This is the only bathroom that I actually show on camera. I furnished the other ones off camera, and you can see them in the screenshots at the end of the video if you're interested. But I was actually quite happy with the way that these bathrooms came out. I liked the color scheme, just like the orange and brown, green and brown. I do the weirdest thing. I get orange and green mixed up. Like, not which is which, but the names. Like, I'll accidentally call one orange when it's actually green and vice versa. And I haven't met anyone else who does that. But I think it's because, to me, orange and green, well, they don't look similar. They have like a similar vibe. Let me know if that's insane. Anyway, we are upstairs now, and I'm just using the landing as a place for skill building. I just add an easel there. If you wanted, you could add something else, maybe like a guitar, or like, what else would fit there? Like, you could add another desk, a chess table. Anyway, there are a lot of things you could do with the landing, but I just decided to do a little easel and some canvases and stuff like that. It's functional. Again, everything's functional, and we're working on our second bedroom here. I also like the way this bedroom turned out, but if I'm being honest, the other bedrooms are way better than this one. This one's got like a teal sort of vibe. You can see the teal in the curtains, which I think are from Growing Together, and also in the bed, which is from Horse Ranch. The rug underneath the bed is actually two rugs that I sort of put together. They layer really well, and they are from Nifty Knitting. They're actually $0 because they're debug, but not that I was watching out for any kind of budget while I was making this build. I have no idea how much this build cost. That's usually how I build. I like very rarely will do like a limited pack build or a limited budget build, but honestly, the most fun way to build, in my opinion, is to just go ham and just do whatever you want. And when I play, which is rarely, I always start with the free real estate sheet so that I can have a house that I actually like that doesn't have to be $20,000 or under. Anyway, this is the primary bedroom. It's more of a yellow color scheme. I use another one of the new beds from Horse Ranch. I guess it's not that new. It's new to me. I just got the pack. But I also use the fireplace from the pack, which is fun. I think it fits really well in this little bump out, which is actually the chimney. Does that make sense? Anyway, I think it looks cute there. I add a little rocking chair, some skill building items, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like or a comment if you feel so inclined. It really helps me out. This is also on the gallery if you want to play in it for yourself. Anyway, thanks so much. Bye.